we're moving into our final conversation for today with representatives of the Belize Hotel Association. They're going to be telling us details about their upcoming AGM. And with us, we have Treasurer of the Belize Hotel Association, Tejada, and we have past President of the Belize Hotel Association, Doug Thompson. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
So let's talk a little bit about the Belize Hotel Association and the work that you do, right? Doug, why don't you get us started?
Okay. We are the oldest hotel association in Belize, in the tourism industry. We're the oldest organization. And what we do basically is represent our member hotels in marketing around the world.
Yeah.
So we work in conjunction with the BTB to promote member hotels and Belize in general at trade shows and consumer shows in North America, South America, Europe, actually the world.
Yeah.
So that's basically our function is marketing.
Yeah. Now, how are you doing? I mean, there's so many hotels in Belize, many up and coming ones. How are you doing in terms of membership?
Presently, Belize has about over 900 hotels, Marlene.
Wow.
Yes. And many of them are 20 and below. There's about 100 that I would say are about 90 and above, no? So the Belize Hotel Association has about 72 members.
Okay.
It doesn't only consist of hotels, we also have some allied members.
Okay.
Allied members are companies in Belize that actually work with hotels. Let's say you have a printing company, you print a lot of magazines, brochures, you do business with hotels, you can align yourself with us and say, I would like to become a member.
Okay.
We try to work among our members. So we have about 62 member hotels that we promote internationally.
Yeah.
Actually, we travel about 23 trade shows, you would say,
per year.
all over North America, Canada, South America. And we also have representatives in Europe.
Yeah.
We have two gentlemen there that represent us in trade shows, WTM, Fitur, some of these international trade shows that are being hosted in Europe at the moment.
What do you find to be the benefit? Obviously, there is the BTIA, that is a broader-based association, membership association. But what do you find to be the appeal for your members to be a part of the hotel association?
As I said before, marketing is our number one function.
Yeah.
And as a member of the association, you get listed in our hotel guide,
Nice.
which gives each property a half page of ads. And this book is taken around the world not only by BHA, but also by the BTB to shows, trade shows, and it's used by prospective vacationers to select their hotel. So it's desirable to be in this book.
Yeah.
And it's a part of the membership. Just by joining, you get a half a page. So you don't have to pay additional fee to enter this book. We are the only organization that is focused primarily on marketing.
Yeah.
All right, the BTIA is much more broader, more advocacy. And we are members of the BTIA also, but their main function is advocacy while we do the marketing.
And obviously a part of the appeal in terms of having a representative association, not everyone, if I have a 10-room hotel and I want to be a member, I can't travel all over the world to market my place. So when you go out to trade shows as the Belize Hotel Association, you try to promote all of your members, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
We promote only the member hotels that are part of the association.
Yeah.
So for example, we went to the Denver travel show. We have about 10,000 people that pass through that show. And many of the people that are passing, they are consumers ready and willing to travel immediately.
With the New Southwest flight
Yes,
too.
exactly.
Yeah.
So they would come and say, okay, I'm looking to go to somewhere warm.
Yeah.
Oh, Belize. Yes. What are you looking? Okay, beach. So we are going to go to the section that says Keys and Atolls, and we will be offering those hotels that are members of our association to the clients immediately. We also collect all the contact information because we do trade shows and travel shows. The trade shows where we get the contact information of the people that are selling tourism. We accumulate that information when we give it to the office, and they send it to all the members. It's the members' responsibility now to contact that business in the US or Canada and say, hey, I'm in Belize, our representative from BHA was there, you are interested, my rates are here, what else information can I give you so we can seal the deal?
Okay.
Yes.
Now, as you head into your AGM, obviously this is a time for members to come together and kind of have your own assessment. Now, we hear on such a regular basis just how tourism is growing in Belize. Talk about it from your perspective as those who provide the accommodations for those who are visiting.
Okay, yeah, the industry is definitely growing. You see the figures from the BTB that they release quarterly or monthly actually. And over the last 2 years, we have been constantly growing. For some properties, like especially in the city, they are extremely busy. Whereas in some parts, other areas of the country, even though the numbers has grown, they are not seeing it in their occupancy rate. And so we're hearing that complaint quite a bit. And the BTB right now is going through a process where they brought in some consultants to meet with different hotels. There's a meeting today in San Pedro that I will be attending to try and get more feedback from properties to find out what it is that we're not doing right, and to learn from the properties that are doing well, so that we could do a better exchange and make a bigger effort in marketing those properties that are not doing as well. But overall, the industry is growing. There's no question. More and more higher end properties are coming online, and Belize is a high end destination.
I was going to say that.
And so that's a good thing. But it makes it a little more difficult to market, especially when you compare to the rest of Central America and the Caribbean for that matter, where prices are a lot cheaper. And even though we have lots of airlifts to Belize, more than most islands, the airfares are still relatively high, but we see that especially with Southwest, and now with the Fort Lauderdale leg, will bring some pressures on the other airlines to bring those rates down. And so that's a good thing. We're looking forward to that. And as you know, Air Canada will be coming in addition to WestJet. So airlifts have all of a sudden been becoming a real good thing in Belize, and lots of other destinations would kill to get the level of airlifts that we are having now in Belize.
You know, I think for anybody who travels outside of Belize, there has been a very marked difference in terms of saying you're from Belize 6 years ago, or even more than that, and having to explain Belize, not Brazil, where it is, blah, 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 to now when you say Belize, everyone says, oh, Belize, I can't wait to go there. So a very important part of the experience that people have, in addition to seeing all that Belize has to offer, is what you offer within your own institutions. And quality control is so important. How do you as an association work with your members to ensure that the high-end product that's being sold is also being delivered within their individual rooms and services?
So what do we like to do this coming year? Our AGM, as you mentioned, is on June 19 at the Best Western.
That's right.
Belize Boulevard Plaza. This is going to be next week, Monday. We're inviting all our members and non-members that would like to come and visit us and see what's happening at the Hotel Association. It's going to start at 1 o'clock. It's from 1 to 5. But this coming year, what we want to do is a lot more training. We've been doing a lot of marketing, but we also know that our members are crying for training. And we call ourselves the institutions. I mean, we have the Ramada Institution of Training, the university, you have the Best Western University, and you have the Radisson University. They need, a lot of our employees have never been through schooling to get proper training in hospitality. We know that one of the #1 foreign earners in the country of Belize is tourism. The tourists that are coming to the country of Belize, they travel at least 3 times for the year.
Yeah.
I mean, the North American normally travels 3 times for the year. So they know what they're looking for, what they're expecting. So we are going to invest a lot for our members in training. As a matter of fact, on the 19th, on the morning from 9 to 12, we're bringing an international consultant. His name is Alan Myers. He's going to be doing a training on SEO, search engine optimization. As you know, thinking about tourism is like going to a library and saying, okay, I need a hotel. So the librarian says, a hotel where? In Belize. So you need to know what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And many of our members create website. They spend lavish money, $10,000 to create a website and say, oh, I have a website. It doesn't necessarily mean that you are visible on the internet.
Yeah.
And what this expert is saying, I'm going to come to Belize. I'm going to help you guys, show your members how can we get your website on Google number 1.
Yeah.
I mean, we have 900, just in Belize, 900 hotels. You're going to Belize, you live in Saskatchewan, Regina, in Canada. I mean, places just, you know about Belize, but you don't know what can you do in Belize. So you're going to plunge vacations in Belize. Boom, all these 900 hotels are there. Yeah. So you need to narrow down that search. Many of the websites of our members who have paid $10,000 are not visible. I'm telling you, it's not visible.
Yeah.
And because the designer didn't know what they were doing in terms of the hotel website, they design a website that looks beautiful. It's a picture.
But it doesn't mean anybody's going on it.
Exactly.
So obviously being able to provide that training will help some of your members to be a bit more visible.
Definitely.
Speaking about the AGM, you also have a program integrated within the association that raises money for scholarships for students. Tell me about that. It started in 2011, and what are you hoping to achieve through this particular reach out?
So what we're doing with that, our members, we contribute gift certificates for the AGM. We auction these, we put them on silent auctions, and we raise some funds. So far we've sent 6 students through school, and they're doing extremely good. The scholarship only comes from hotels, employees that are working for hotels. So the only way you can apply is that your parents has to be working in the hotel for the membership. I mean, we have, like I said, 62 member hotels. Multiply that by 50 employees. I mean, you can just get the spectrum of how many employees we have in the association. And many of these employees really need help. A lot of them are making minimum wages. A lot of them, only one of them are working. They have 3 kids, and they need to send their kids to school. And I personally believe education is the success of any country. So this year, we are also trying to encourage our member hotels to contribute some more. We would like to send 2 kids this coming year. Right, Doug?
So it's a matter of getting prizes to auction and then using the resources from the auction to send kids through school. So we want to expand that as much as we can, and again to the industry, to the siblings or the kids of hoteliers. And so far 6, and we're hoping to double it and get up to 12 for a year.
Yeah, I love that. I think you're reaching out to touch the very same people who are helping to grow the industry and to keep the association going. So the silent auction, when is that going to be held? It's integrated in the AGM? It
is integrated in the AGM. We get all the prices, and people tend to bid for those prices. And whatever money we raise, it goes to that fund. We've done other fundraisers such as maps. We have done umbrellas. We're trying to find other ideas in order to raise more money to go to that scholarship fund.
And that means that persons can attend the AGM to participate in the silent auction?
Yes, I would encourage any person that is in the industry that does not understand what the hotel association does. It's a membership-based organization. We do get a little bit of funds from the BTB, but a lot of the funds are raised within the organization through paying membership fees. Once again, we've done like 23 international trade shows. We would like to expand. that, I mean, as you said, many people now know where Belize is, but still
But that doesn't mean they know you're a hotel.
exactly, but there's also the markets of Cuba has just opened. And Cancun is a huge market. So the more we are in their face saying Belize is the place to go. Belize is where you can be swimming among sharks and stingrays, which is, something that everybody's like, really? We can do that? Yes, you can do that in Belize. The more we can be doing that in front of their faces, the more they can be convinced to come to Belize.
Yeah. There's no question that Belize is a unique destination and sells itself, actually. We just need to be the tool to take it out there and put it in front of the world. But yeah, by far, Belize is more unique than the rest of Central America and the Caribbean. And you talked about the standards. BHA in conjunction and work very closely with the BTB to improve minimum standards for everybody across the board. And one other point on the SEO seminar that we're having on the 19th, it's open to other businesses. You don't have to be a hotelier. If you are selling and you have a website and you want to know how to improve your visibility, you can register for the seminar on the 19th, and it's a morning session, I believe.
From 9 to 12.
From 9 until 12.
And lunch is included.
And it includes lunch. And again, it's open to the general public.
What's the cost for the...
$100 for the members and $125 for non-members.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then your AGM will be at what time?
It's going to be from 1 to 5. And then there's a cocktail right after.
Okay.
Yes.
So it is open to members and for persons associated with the industry to come out and talk a bit about what the Hotel Association has been up to. Now, I wanted to touch on one final point before we go up. We know recently there was a meeting held with Airbnb talking about the implications that them having services available in Belize might do for the Hotel Association. Now, some people are looking for budget opportunities, the flight is going to cost a lot, so maybe they want a cheaper place to stay. How do you work to be able to ensure that you still get your equal share, even with the influx of more vacation rentals?
For me, Marlene, there's nothing wrong with Airbnb. The issue that we encounter is that presently Airbnb is not paying any taxes to the government of Belize. I mean, every single hotel across the country, we have to go through a licensing process with BTB in order to get a license in order to operate in the country of Belize. And we collect 9% of every dollar that any person stays with us goes directly to the government of Belize. I mean, at this point in time, there's 600 properties listed on Airbnb. You can just imagine how much is the inventory that they have. And yes, there's a market for everything. There's 2 billion persons around the world that can be buying, and we only have 900 hotels in Belize. But I believe that the fair share should be given to the government in order that we can improve the infrastructure of the country. At the end of the day, this money is used. We need to fix the road to Caracol. We need to fix the road to Altunha. Where do we get these funds? The funds comes from the people that are coming to visit, that are paying their 9%. We take it to the government. But if they're not collecting it, I mean, there's the same people
because the transaction takes place online and it's between Airbnb and the homeowner.
That's correct.
So there hasn't been any kind of...
Well, under the laws of Belize, those properties that are selling themselves as the Airbnb are legally required to register. Right? And that's all we're asking them to do, register. We want to level the playing field. We all pay the same taxes, and they're welcome. It's their home. They could do whatever it is they want to do with it, but it has to meet the minimum standards that are set for the industry, and they need to register and pay their taxes.
And have you been able to make progress in being able to get the enforcement of the registration of these homes?
Well, policing it is a little difficult because if you go to the Airbnb site, you will notice it's very sketchy what information they give you.
They won't give you location of the home unless you book.
But of course, Belize is small, right? So we know where many of them are. And my experience so far is once someone is approached and told they need to register, they do. And that's all. It's not like it's they're paying out of their pocket. They're collecting this money from their guests,
Yeah.
and then they're just passing it through. So
Yes.
most properties that are it's brought to their attention, they do go ahead and they register.
Right. Well, I appreciate you for explaining your point when it comes to the vacation rentals. And once again, your AGM takes place on the 19th,
yes.
at 1 in the afternoon.
1 in the afternoon, that's correct.
Open to members, non-members, potential members,
Yes.
and people of the industry. And then you have your SEO, your search engine optimization seminar, taking place 9 in the
19,
morning.
9 to 12.
All
Yes.
right.
We invite you as well, Marlene, if you have time.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn about how to get your visibility online.
changes
every
day.
You know, some people are great at it, so you need to at least be up to par. But once again, that's 125 for non-members and
non-members.
100 for members.
That's correct.
All right. Is there limited space available? Should people apply early?
We are targeting about maximum 50. Like I
Okay.
said, this is an international person that has worked with SEOs for hotels.
Yeah.
So he's worked for 15 years in the hotel industry.
Yeah.
So he knows what he's talking about, but we have a limited amount as well.
All right. And anything else you'd like to share with the public? Maybe when those Belizean rates will kick in for the hotel.
Well, it's already
Thanksgiving,
in. We
yeah.
always have Belizean rates, and they're welcome to vacation in their own country.
Of
It's the best thing
course.
they can do,
Yeah.
actually.
All right.
We also just want to thank Tessie and Lourdes who work in the office.
Yeah.
We know that Tessie had an unfortunate incident with her dad passed away last week, so we would like to send condolences to her. And they do a very good job, so we would like to thank them on behalf of the board of the BHA.
Yeah. All right. Well, best of luck with your AGM. And once again, it is open to non-members, and you can also be able to participate in the auction, which will provide the funds for the scholarship program. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to go ahead now and take that final break, and when we come back, we'll have our wrap-up. So stay tuned.